What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Listen, guys, I got a story you got to see to believe, and this right here is not for the weak stomach type. Let me say that. Show of hands, like I can see y'all. How many people are really affected by bad smells and odors? I, for one, am one of them people where I can't deal with that. A lot of people have never smelled, death until you smell a dead human body. And that's real. For those that have smelled it, people can put it in the description box what it smells like when somebody's decomposing. You know what I'm saying? It's like your nose can't even breathe that air in it. It like stop your lungs almost. All the bad odor. But you see this family up here? These people talking to the media? This Phoenix family is in a situation that none of us would want to be in. They live next to a hoarder, right? That died in the backyard and was left outside unnoticed for a significant period of time. And now, if living with somebody that stores a bunch of trash is not enough, the smell of decomposition of a human being on top of that, the whole neighborhood is just at their wits' end with this. And they went to the media about it. This is a story you got to see to believe. Look.
Tukey couple who says they have exhausted all their options trying to get a terrible stench out of their neighborhood.
That smell coming from their neighbor's backyard has them worried for their own health.
Film News journalist Sean Rice is here with more on the situation. And the details on this are tough to listen to, Sean.
Yeah, Trim and Troy, the only way they can describe it is just living through a nightmare. Al and Michelle Dobbs say they've done everything between contacting city, county, government agencies to their own homeowners association, all in an attempt to get this awful smell away from their home. Now, what's causing that smell and what the Dobbs have endured is something you really do have to see to believe. From the front,
we moved to Ahwatukee Foothills thinking it was a very nice community, which it is.
This home, nestled between the Loop 202 and Desert Foothills below South Mountain, appears to be normal.
We never in a million years thought we would be moving in next to a situation like this.
But what Michelle and Al Dobb have been living through anything but normal. The couple moved to Ahwatukee 4 years ago when they quickly realized their next-door neighbor, a 65 to 70-year-old woman, had a hoarding problem.
It started with a mound of used food cans that we discovered that were crawling with cockroaches and scorpions. And it has progressed over the years to more accumulation of food and quilts and blankets.
And if you thought the inside of the home was bad, the backyard has become the couple's primary concern. They say their neighbor, who had severe mental health issues and no other family members here in the valley, passed away in her backyard on July 22nd. The couple realized the awful smell they've been living through for the last 4 years was now much worse.
She had been out in 110 degrees in the sun for about a week and a half. And so her body had started to decompose and was completely black. And also, her 2 dogs that she lived with in the backyard started eating her body. So there was a pool of blood underneath her.
That smell, as you can imagine, less than pleasant. Michelle says the Phoenix Fire Department found the woman dead. The Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office took her body, but the combination of trash, food, and parts of her decomposing remains have sat baking in the Arizona sun.
It's been raining. We don't really want that running into the ground and now going downstream into our soil. People have gardens with vegetables and dogs and kids, and to have those type of bloodborne pathogens seeping into the soil and in the air is a toxic environment for people to live in.
Michelle, she has not sat idle. She's contacted her HOA, the Maricopa County Health Department, the City of Phoenix, to name a few. The Maricopa County Environmental Services Department has treated the pool, which remains a green color,
And the City Neighborhood Services Department says the property is under notice. Monday, a cleanup crew hired by an estate recovery company has begun to clean out the inside of the home, but the Dobbs think more can be done.
Hopefully this doesn't happen to somebody else, because we moved here, 4 years ago, not expecting to live next to that.
Yeah, just awful. I did have a chance to speak with the owner of that estate recovery company. He tells me he hopes to have both the inside of the home and the backyard cleaned out in the next 2 weeks. They estimate it may take 15 full loads of what you saw there in those garbage trucks. The Dobbs hope with some help from the city or county, as they've contacted them multiple times, that time can be cut down.
Yeah, and that had to have been going on for years, the amount of stuff back there. And if it's in somebody's backyard, I mean, that's kind of a weird area, right? I mean, if somebody wants to put trash in their backyard, I suppose there are laws against it, but it's not in their front yard, right?
Right, and that's something they're searching for. Michelle, she's done her own research and thinks there may be some municipal laws that the city of Phoenix can enforce in terms of what you can and cannot have in your backyard. But she's contacted so many different people and has been given so many different answers she doesn't know. So she's hoping for some clarity from some sort of government agency to not only get it cleaned up, but tell her what can and can't be done for future use.
Wow,
And it's also sad that she was gone for 2 weeks before anybody knew she was missing. So a lot of lonely people out there. Sean, thank you.
Shit. Hell to the no. I can't do it. Let me tell you something. Right, with what I do, going around with the business I own and being a service provider, you go to different people's houses. One time, I went to I had affirmed an appointment to come see a client. I'm about 10 minutes away from the house. I get a call. They like, Steve, listen, we got a problem over here, and it's not with our house, but it's a house next door, and you can come if you want. So I said to him, well, what's going on? They said, well, a dog died under the house, and it was found a week and a half later, and animal control took the dog 2 days ago, but it still stinks outside. I said, I ain't worrying about it. Man, I got out the car. I could not escape the odor. And I'm out here in Houston, Texas. It's hot. This is in the summertime. Man, I couldn't even breathe in. I kept coughing. This is around the time when COVID had just, released and everybody could go out after the pandemic. So people were still wearing masks. I put a mask on, could still smell it. I go in the house. I see all these to-go containers and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? They like, yo, we can't even cook in here because the smell of food with that makes everybody nauseous. Even inside the house, the odor of decomposition was so strong, guys. I want you to hear me. It was as if I was 2 feet away from something dead and I was smelling it. It was like it was right in your face. Now imagine somebody out there in the sun. They said the woman was black, so that means she was already in the, not to be graphic, the melting phase where your body starts to seep out all of that liquid and bad black blood and all of that type of stuff. It's still out there. That's where the smell coming from. They took the body, but that odor, all that liquid, man, it's going to take a while. They talking about, it'll take about 2 weeks. Can you go 2 weeks with dealing with that? That's horrific. And like they said, a lot of people die alone and people don't know about it. And that's a common occurrence. This person was a hoarder with mental illness. Obviously, a lot of people didn't go check up on her, I guess. And she died in the backyard on top of a mountain of junk that she coveted. Now these people are on the hook and they don't have to pay nothing. But they're talking about, did you see those them rollaway dumpsters? They talking about it's so much junk. They're going to need at least 12 to 15 of them. Jesus Christ. Do you know how long that would take? And then the people would have to go over there. And they're going to have to do shifts of that because some people ain't going to do that. And I know they ain't working around the clock to rectify the situation. It's a bad situation to be in, man. And that kind of smell, that's something you don't never forget. And they exposed to it so long. And the lady was talking about bloodborne pathogens and all of that type of stuff going in the soil. I believe her. And that right there, man, ugh. As soon as I seen that last night, that was supposed to be my #1 video I did this morning. But I got some other stuff. But Jesus Christ, man, can you imagine that? That's horrific. I hope everything works out for these people, man. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care.